The ACLU Missouri is suing a school district because they did not allow a teenage boy to use girls' restrooms. And I was assured today that I should be differentiating between restrooms and bathrooms. I don't know the difference. Maybe one has a tub in it. But the student only identified as RF, they claim, attempted suicide twice. So it's a boy. He's 16 years old now, but he was a freshman when this happened. So like 14 to 16, this is happening. And the ACLU said that since the district's policy adheres to the state, it's wrong of them. The state rule is that you have to go to your bathroom of the sex you were assigned at birth, but they also have gender neutral bathrooms. This kid, however, Eric, refused to go to the bathroom that corresponded with his birth, which is male, and he got verbal warnings. Then he got an out of school suspension, and then allegedly when he came back from school or from the suspension, he started going into the men's bathroom, was bullied, said that another boy wanted to sexually assault him, and also complained that he can't use the gender neutral bathroom because the lines are too long. And there's a quote from the father here. Dustin Farr told NPR, or NPR reported, the student's father said the county policies caused his daughter severe depression, leading to her attempted suicide twice. It's just not fair, Farr said. I could have lost my child and don't want someone else to have to feel what I did. You don't want somebody else to live in reality, so everybody has to pretend that your son's a girl. My son is a boy. Should be obvious. My son doesn't want to use the boys' bathroom. This is what I like doing, Eric. I like putting it in as plain as words possible so that the person, if they ever hear this, they need to explain to me, if I'm the person listening to them, in plain words what they're saying. And what this father is saying is, my 14-year-old son doesn't want to use the boys' bathroom. He thinks he's a girl, so he wants to go into the girls' bathroom because the gender-neutral bathrooms are too long. That's mean, so he should be allowed to go to the girls' bathroom, and everybody else has to be okay with that because my son believes he's a girl and wants to use the girls' bathroom. With your daughter, he actually needs to use the bathroom with your daughter while she's changing, chatting with her friends, putting on makeup, whatever girls do in the bathroom in like high school movies. They're always chatting and putting on makeup and crap, chewing a lot of gum in the movies too. My son needs to do that. So too bad for your daughters, too bad for everybody else, or else he's going to kill himself. Like, listen to yourself, dude.
Yeah. Excuse me. Classic, absolutely classic case, right? As we know very well on this show, it's always life and death. It's always life and death, right? Every single thing is life and death. If you don't let me cut my junk off, life and death. If you drive a car, if you drive a truck, life and death. If you don't get the shot, life and death. If you don't wear a mask, life and death. It is an absolute banger, right? This is what they do. They pound you. I mean, because I guess in their world, I mean, how dare you question harm themselves? I mean, that's the worst thing you can do. And we saw this classically with Andrew Cuomo, right? Remember? Maybe I'm, apples to oranges here, but when Andrew Cuomo, former grab-ass governor of New York, said that wearing a mask is about respect, without even realizing that he completely threw the medical perspective under the bus, right? It was literally supposed to be about remaining safe and, keeping people healthy. And somehow he just pivoted and said it's about respect. If you don't wear a mask, then you want somebody else's grandma to die. It's all the same thing. It's always life and death with them. They absolutely love that. And they're going to ride. I mean, global boiling is the new thing now, right? Global boiling is what they're going with. And the gender-neutral bathroom lines were too long. How did that happen? You're telling me
a third bathroom.
There's a third bathroom. The third gender that we have just been forced to believe a couple years ago is now overwhelmed with students. We're not talking about a mall, a public place, a food court where there's adults and all that. We're talking about a gender-neutral bathroom at a high school being overpopulated and the lines are too long. Something's there. I don't know if they're lying. I don't know if the students are delusional and the parents are pumping them full of nonsense, or the teachers are pumping them full of nonsense, or maybe it's just completely not true. It does obviously doesn't add up. There's no way that you just created a third bathroom. Come on, bro. We all know notoriously that the ladies' room line is always long, right? They take longer, they chit chat, they run out of toilet paper, whatever the hell they're doing in there. Who knows? And last thing, does this remind you of, is it weird, the timing here with that other family that recently went viral on CNN who says they're leaving Florida because Governor Ron sterilized their kid? You heard that story, right? I assume.
Yeah.
The family who gets on TV and is just like this little 3-person family of soy overdoses that are saying, well, it's just not safe. Like, we have to leave because we need to go to California or New York to make sure that we can cut our kids' junk off. It's just absolutely through the roof. But this is them in the death throes, right? This is them grasping at straws. This is them throwing everything at the wall. Like, we're making the play. My son's gonna harm himself. Like, we need this control. So they're on the way out. Hopefully they do something drastic, just like, whatever the guy's name is who turns on Hunter Biden the other day. So naturally they go in for another indictment. It's like, wait, so Hunter Biden's crooked business partner flips on him. So now we need to do another Trump indictment. It's the desperation. We're at the end. So hopefully we will reach the peak soon, and the pendulum of sanity will swing back in the other direction. I don't know.
Well, you mentioned it being a last attempt. This ACLU lawsuit is a pretty terrible attempt, because this other report from The Lion, and I cited them in my article too, they point out that the ACLU is like complaining about, they want, they're saying that the school district is violating the Missouri Human Rights Act. But the Human Rights Act of Missouri does not cover gender identity. And this outlet called The Lion, they pointed out that not only is that not covered in it, but the ACLU knows that because they have a campaign on their website that says they're fighting to get it added. So, as in this quote says, for 20 years in a row, it has supported an amendment to redefine sex under the act to include gender identity and sexual orientation. So on one side of the spectrum, they're saying, what the hell, you guys are violating this kid's human rights. But somewhere on their website, they're saying, we know that gender identity is not one of the human rights listed under the Missouri Act here, but we're accusing you of violating it anyway. So it's just for show. Like you say, it's all done disingenuously. They just want to try to cause a problem for the school district so that they'll overturn it, and they can say, we fought for this kid's rights, man. We got that teenage boy in the girls' bathroom. There's nothing you can do about it.
Turn it up, Jordan.